let's talk a little bit about taxes. You fought for many years to have tech giants pay more in taxes. And one of your projects is a new digital tax that you just today delayed until October. The US opposes the deal, especially since a global tax deal was just reached earlier this month. And I think you're due to meet with Treasury Secretary Yellen tomorrow. What will you discuss with her about the digital tax?
Well, I think the most important thing right now is, of course, to get the final approval of the OECD agreement that taxing rights can be redistributed in order for taxes being paid where value is being created, as the first thing. Second, that there is an effective floor under corporate taxation, so that effectively it's a minimum of 15%. Because these are really important steps. They are much bigger than what has been achieved for decades. So that, of course, should be implemented. We then have a sort of a purely European discussion about a digital levy that has nothing to do with sort of the perspective of these OECD deal, because it's for many more businesses, and it's not a levy on or a tax on profits. It's more like a levy on turnover, but completely sort of redesigned compared to the digital services tax that was discussed within the union a couple of years ago. Because with the digital services taxes, the member states who have designed those, they have signaled that with the OECD deal being implemented, they're willing to withdraw. So basically, they are two very different things. But of course, for us, it's important to make sure that they really remain two different things. So we would like to see the final outcome of the OECD process before we finalize our design.
That makes sense. Can you give us an update on the timing that you expect for your digital levy tax now that it's been delayed?
Well, as said, we have delayed until October, and that should allow us to see sort of the final details of the OECD agreement. Because, as said, we would want this to be two very separate things, and in order to do so, of course, we need the final details. But we will keep working on it. It has been a project sort of in the pipeline for quite some time, because, as said, we wanted to redesign it from the digital services tax that were discussed a couple of years ago, where there was probably a much bigger overlap with the OECD discussions. And for us, it is important that people can see that these are different things. And I think no surprise that it's a wise thing to postpone the launch.